Okay. So now, if you ask me that, what am I doing now? Um, I just finished that the 10 minutes baking previously. Actually, I'm gonna spend my time with this 30 minutes baking. And because you know that the Wi-Fi is broken, so I cannot go to the internet and then open the Google Meet for myself. So when I stay offline, and you know what? Actually, this is the phone that this one, right? Okay. Actually, this is the phone that they St. Augustine, the school which I'm studying. It gave me a phone and then to turn on the data and with the Wi-Fi SIM to turn on the data for my studying. But you know what? I didn't know that this seems it is just about like it is around 1 GB data. I know that like I just use it. I thought it was unlimited, so I just use it. So when I reach 1 GB data, it it turns off. So I feel really hard. So I feel really hard in in studying for now. You know what? For this phone, I'm not gonna use for this, and this is my phone, so I'm not gonna use So this is my phone, so I'm not gonna use any data on it to sell data for my lesson on Monday. Actually, it will be there. So I'm gonna save my data for Monday to use it for the online learning. And for this one, I think that it is useless for now because I cannot use its data, so I cannot so find it hard for me to use it. Actually, when I checked this one, it didn't show anything like if from logging, but you have to assume that how off your phone will probably you have to turn on your hotspot feature by tapping the gray dot to the right and then turn green. For necklaces, contact day active Monday to Friday for 4:30. But you know what? For the data, I think that's good. It sets me about it sets me for around um 1 GB. Assumption of responsibility for agreement with boss and municipal remember. You student presently have level to bring yourself the student and do not bias a student to terms agreement. Documents have been delivered. You have a third party in response to permission granted by your email to mission the board will permitted to say your name of the third party career proposal you agree to verify before the whole harmless. The board, its officers, directors, and elected officials, employees, contractors, and agents for indemnities for against on the claim pricing unrelated to provision by the board name and result of third-party carrier and the delivery of equipment by third-party carrier as well as the students' possessions and use of equipment. You further agree to release and forever discharge to board indemnities for any claims incurred arising out of or related to the provision by the Board of Vietnam and express the third parties and carrier the property carrier and the delivery of the equipment such by third party carriers as well as a certain person and the use of equipment. The equipment is probably aboard shall be used solely for curriculum proposed by students during the current school year and so not be less in the in unsupervised areas alone or otherwise given to anyone. Unused equipment also covered by the board policies and produced, including policy no general administrative produce no 430. It's located at Jumpuka District Border or RRG. Copies are available from the provisional principle. The board is not responsible for any fees associated with use of equipment, including accessing the internet. The board is not responsible for any fees associated with the use of equipment, including accessing the internet. If the equipment is damaged or lost, don't immediately notify the principal. The board may seek reimbursement from you for damage loss. By the way, only repair or replacement of each piece of equipment. Repair or replacement could range from $500 to $800. You should explore harm or other insurance to cover loss, damage, cost. Only device repairs will be determined by the board. Report technical issues to the students. Passwords will be kept confidential, and students must take precaution to prevent others from being able to observe and use them. The student is responsible for any activity using their password. The equipment is not be used to take a picture of video, to tap or to video tap or recording one without prior knowledge or involved. The board does not control student access to websites or any program access or by the way of this equipment. It is supposed to be not used the equipment to access in appropriate material. Use to immediately report access to such material to the principal. Unless otherwise notified by the principal, students or return equipment by the school by June 30. And the equipment will be subject to routine monitoring. The board of the independent students so have no expectation of privacy while using the equipment, including content of files, music, videos, and or communicating the taken by the way equipment these subsystems or policy are produced have been violated. Students are kept providing information from them regarding several orders of the equipment and are responsible if they provide such information to third bodies. Alright, so this one is for my school, and it said that I have to be responsible for my stuff, and it said that the board is not responsible for any fees associated with the use of equipment, including accessing the internet. Alright. They sent me the iPhone, and then they said that I have to spend money for myself to use the internet. What the hell? So that means the board is not gonna pay the internet fee from the internet fees for me when I use my data. But I need it for about 1 week. I need it for about 1 week to use it. And how can I say this? Oh my god! And did I set information about that? Like, you know, just some normal stuff. I didn't take any picture. Actually, I deleted for the picture and for the core video. I didn't do anything on it. Actually, I'm done with it, so I'm good. For the Wi-Fi stuff, just ignore it. Just ignore it. Someone asked school. Actually, you don't have to ask school, bro. Actually, you know, on Monday night, I'm not really sure about that. They're gonna give me the they're gonna give me the modem for me to set up, and I'm not gonna worry about this one. But you know, actually, what happened if you're not coming in Monday or some stuff like that? So I have to really depend on. So I have to focus on my phone. And it is a really hard stuff for me to go on. It's something that I just keep my data, you know, available and anytime for me to use it if I can. And okay, so that's done for my stuff for setting up the Wi-Fi with all the policies of the phone, and I cannot use it without spending money on it. So yeah, that stuff. Because if I happy if you send me the phone, so I have my phone. All right, fine. And so now I have time, right? So I spend my time with oh, did it. So I'm gonna turn this off. Here. All right, good. So now I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna go here. Actually, I don't have to go to Google. I'm gonna go my library to open my studying stuff. It's gonna be study. It's gonna be on this one about 19. I think I did it right. Okay, so go to one. Firstly, recap about 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, so now I'm gonna go to this one, and then that's okay. Let's start it. I'm not gonna waste time anymore. Actually, I did waste around 11 minutes on it. Okay, so I started. Nowadays, most people are not as fit and active as they were in the past. What are the main parts of this situation? Suggest some possible solutions. Nowadays, people are out of shape and always passive in some situations. This is a group of the factors that lead to those consequences and how to solve those problems. First of all, people waste too much time on the internet for users activities like games, films, etc. For example, teenagers spend about 5 hours per day just use the internet to play games. What to play games, watch films instead of using the time to do some research or read news. Some researchers or read news about the world because of those harmful habits and lead to lack of habit and it leads to a lack of information. They don't know how to cope with the troubles when they face with this. This will also affect the improvement of their brains and also block it from receiving useful information. Next, they are too lazy to do the exercise to improve their mental health. If they don't spend time on doing exercises fluently, their mental well-being cannot be enhanced and lead their body out of shape, out out of weight. Besides, they also make them sick and feel tired. They can get out of those bad habits by spending time on doing exercises and reading news. Furthermore, they can build up their balanced diet in order to get a hand in taking care of themselves and try to go out with friends or spend quality time with their family without electronic devices to get out of break of passive and out of shape. In conclusion, not doing exercises and use internet stupidly and influence their health a lot. However, they can get out of it by decreasing the time on those you useless activities and use the time for activities that help them uh, strengthen the mental well-being as well as their knowledge. Alright, the first one. So let's move to the next one. It's gonna be 5, right? Alright, so a lot of people have become dependent on technology as it plays a big role in our daily lives. Do you agree that living in computer age has more advantages than disadvantages? Describe the positive and negative impacts of technology on our lives and give your opinion. I thought that I did this one right. I'm not really sure about that. And I did this one right 1 or 2 days ago. But anyway, nowadays it is commonly believed that getting out of computer is beneficial than being with computers. Otherwise, several people think that energy brings more advantages than harms to us. This essay will discuss the positive impacts and the drawbacks of computer as well as high-tech life influence on people. First of all, they can spend more quality time with their family instead of using the time with computer. Specifically, they can have more trips together in order to get their relationship closer. And they can use that time for family meals and have some story about their full day work or study instead of having meals alone. Next, they can enjoy outdoor activities which take a hand in enhancing their mental well-being. To illustrate, they can join in some sports clubs, take some courses about art or read books. Those activities not only help them improve their mental health, but strengthen their knowledge about the world. On the other hand, technology also has some benefits that they might miss if they leave it. For instance, teenagers resource. Oh, this one is for yesterday. For instance, teenagers resources for studying and preparing for exam block them from having new international friends. Moreover, it will be hard for people to update the news about the country as well as about the world. For example, they cannot know about the coronavirus in China that makes hundreds of people live their life. And this will happen and this will happen and the solution to avoid and this will happen and this will make rely and this will happen and the solution to avoid. I know what I write. I know what I wrote at that time. In conclusion, getting out of the computer as well as technology has more benefits than negative effects that it that it, that it that it brings back for people. From my perspective, I completely agree with this statement. All right, move to the next one. It's gonna be six, right? All right, six. High job demand, stress, and sense of commitment are among the main reasons people go to work when they're ill. This is a will accomplish information in this way they accomplish important tasks but may infect the others or get some serious health problems themselves. In your opinion, should people go to work if they are sick? Spot your point of view with relevant examples from your knowledge or experience. Um, Nowadays, it is commonly believed that people should go to the workplace normally when the well-being is not good enough. However, some people hold that this opinion is not worthwhile. This is will discuss the negative effects of working with an unhealthy body and give my opinion. First of all, working when people are sick make the quality of work decrease. Specifically, the more is not good enough to their job that will have not inconsiderable effect to the missions as well as the quality of work. Besides, their mind will be messed up and makes it hard to concentrate on what they are doing. Thus, the quality of the job that they are uh, the quality of the job that they are doing will be decreased. Next, the mental well-being will be affected a lot, although they can do everything on time. The body needs a break during its illness to build up their mental health again. However, they don't give the body a chance to let it hang down and keep going forward. To illustrate, their health will go down day by day, and in the sick time, it makes them bored and tired. Again, bored and tired, and make them poor and exhausted. Be exhausted. exalted, right? Exalted, but exalted, thus the health will be affected and lead to body distortion. Distortion as a means of working when they are sick. Finally, they are not con, conscious enough to make a good plan, to make a good plan for the work. For instance, they are exhausted and not clever enough to choose which is the best way for the good plan in order to get things done on time. Moreover, other bad influences will sit which are related to their unhealthy body if they don't take time to take care of themselves. Thus, this will affect the process of making the plan do the work. In conclusion, when working during the health is bad can get the work done on time and feel more beneficial. However, the health is affected a lot. Nonetheless, in light with advantages of working when they are sick pertaining to their mental well-being, I am convinced that they shouldn't do this with their weak body at a sick period. Alright, so and this one I want to move. So I want to spend time with echoes. Okay, so it's gonna be this book, right? Alright, so it's gonna be this one. I'm gonna turn on the video. It's not that. It's gonna be, where is it? It's gonna be, yeah. So it's gonna be echo page 4, right? I thought I did it right. Yeah, I did it in page 4. About page 2. Page 2, oh, that's good. In page 47. All right, ready. Should be this one, right? Wait, where is it? It's okay, so here it's gonna be 12:40, 12:35. Right, good. You see my finger and my thumb. It was pen rest, so I get good. Under my window, a clean, rasping sound. When the spade sinks into gravelly ground, my father digging, I looked down till he's standing room among the flower beds. Ben Slow comes up and 20 years away, stooping in rhythm to potato drills when he was digging. The crossboot nestled on the log, the shaft against the inside knees were labeled firmly. He rooted on tall tops, where the birds ached deep, to scatter new potatoes and where we need picked. Loving the cool hardness in our hands, by God, my old man could handle a spade. Just like his old man, my grandfather cut more turf in the day that the owner made on the tuna barge. Once I gave him a beer bottle corked softly with paper. He strained up to drink it, then fell to right eye away. Nickling and nickling, McNeely having nose over shoulder, going down and down for the good tough digging. The, the cosmo of potato mouth, the spit slab of snoggy pit, the curved cut of an inch through the living grooves awakened in my head. But I've no spare to follow them, to follow many them between my finger and my thumb. Is what Ben rests. I'll dig with it. Alright, so it's gonna be tail, right? So we're gonna be digging. Within my finger and my thumb was rests, snug as a gun. Under my window, a clean rasping sound. When the space sinks into gravelly ground, my father digging, I look down. Towards suddenly from among the flower beds. Beslow comes up 20 years away, stooping in rhythm toward the paper drills when words digging. The, the corpse pushed nestled on the log, the south against the inside knee were elaborate firmly. He rooted out the stalks, put it very deep to scatter new potatoes and what we need picked. Loving with the cold hardness in our hand, and by God, the old man could handle a spade just like his old man. My grandfather cut more tough in the day than any other man on Turner Park. When I carried him the bottle, caught softly with paper stranded up to drink it, they fell to right away, nicking and tickling neatly, having soups sort over his shoulder, going down and down for good turf digging. Clara, can you turn your microphone off? The smell, the cold smell of potato mold, scratch and slab, of snoggy pit, the curved cut of edge, through living truths awakened in my head. But I've so spade to follow men like them, between my finger and my thumb. This was band rests, I'll dig with it. Digging. Uh, shouldn't be here, right? Okay, so I started. Day 40. Between my finger and my thumb, the swat's pen rests, shut as a gun. Under my window, a clean grasping sound. When the spade sink into gravelly ground, my father digging, I look down, till his straining room among the flower beds. Bent down, Benslow comes up 20 years away, stooping in rhythm to potato drills where he was digging. The coarse boot nestled on a log, the shaft against the inside knees were levered fairly. He rooted out of tall tops, buried the bright edge deep, to scatter new potatoes where we need picked. Loving the cool hardness in our hands, by God, the old man could handle a spade, just like his old man. My grandfather cut more from the day than any other man on Tuner's Park. Once I carried me a bottle corked partially with paper. He drank it up to drink it, and it fell to right away, nicking and slicing neatly, having suits of his shoulder, going down and down for a good tough digging. Clark, can you turn your microphone off? Clark, can you turn your microphone off? Oh my god. The cold smell of potatoes mold, the sweat and slap of soggy peat, the cut of the edge. Through living grooves awaken in my head, but I have no space to follow men like them. Between my finger and my thumb, the squat pen rests. I'll take with it. Okay, so I think that is it pretty much for today, and so I'm gonna spend like 1 or 2 more minutes just speak on myself to improve to enhance my range of vocabulary, and it is a really good stuff for me to do it. All right. So if I have one word to say about myself for now, I think but I should have to try more if I really want to be success. If I really want, if I really want to be successful, so follow the advices. So I have to speak as slowly as I can for the people who is in front of me to understand what I am saying. And I believe that I can improve myself in the future because I do it every day for 5 months, maybe 6 months. I'm not really sure. Okay, so 8 months, some stuff like that. So I'm gonna spend my time when I try better. I'm gonna improve myself day by day, time by time, month by month, week by week, day by day, week by week, month by month, year year by year, in order to improve my speaking, to enhance my speaking skill. And I really believe in myself I can do that, that I can do it. Especially when I compare to myself at the beginning, I found out that I can really improve it. I can really improve myself in the previous time at the beginning because I can speak more fluently. I can improve myself more, but when I compare myself with my other version 1 month before this, so it's not really much different. So I have to try more, have to do more, have to do more to improve myself. Okay, so that's the end of my speaking today. Bye.